Industrial fire halts traffic.
I saw the smoke from a long ways away.
What may have caused this blaze that caught the attention of drivers on the expressway? A jury reviews critical surveillance video the moment an American tourist was shot in downtown Windsor. And Chatham-Kent's Plex opens.
A few stress moments along the way, but here I could not be happier.
Which sport is the first to take over this 37,000 square foot facility?
CTV News with Stefanie Masotti.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on CTV Windsor and AM 800. Windsor fire crews are dealing with the aftermath of a large industrial fire near the EC Row Expressway. It broke out last night at a concrete facility off North Service Road East near Central Avenue. Today, investigators say they're narrowing in on two possible ignition sources. CTV's Sanjay Maru joins me now with the latest on this tonight. Sanjay.
Yes, Stephanie, the cause is believed to be either electrical or welding being done inside the building. Now, this was a massive fire with thick smoke visible from the EC Row Expressway. The smoke and emergency response also caught the attention of drivers on the expressway. One witness telling us traffic on the highway came to a complete stop. In daylight, the damage left behind is unmistakable. Burned out sections of this concrete supplier, debris scattered across the site, and clear signs of an intense fire.
We do have two areas of concern, and one would be electrical, the other would be a hot works, which is welding and cutting of steel inside the building. So we're looking at two possible ignition sources there.
Windsor fire crews were called to the site of Windsor Ready Mix on North Service Road East around 6 o'clock Tuesday evening. Officials say the blaze caused extensive damage, including an office area, a mixing room, a mixing tower, and 2 cement hauling trucks. Damage is estimated to exceed $500,000.
There was the contamination that came off the water after the fire. Chemical stuff like that has been diked and contained on the property, so we're not worried about anything getting into the ecosystem at this point.
The fire was visible from the neighboring EC Row Expressway, and one driver who witnessed the scene says it created a dangerous situation on a series of lanes that typically move fast.
I saw the smoke from a long ways away. All of a sudden, the car in front of me stops dead. I have my foot on the brakes, thank God.
Ellie Mayhew says it wasn't just that one vehicle, however. A number of drivers came to a complete stop, likely to catch a glimpse of the scene. But she adds that created a serious risk.
Please do not stop on the expressway for anything. It's very dangerous, and a lot of people could have been hurt. There could have been a really bad accident.
No injuries were reported in Tuesday's blaze, and the investigation into the cause is continuing. Fire officials say they have not been able to speak with the property owner because he is out of town, and at this point, it's unclear when or if the business will be able to reopen. Officials say they're also continuing to assess the structural integrity of certain parts of the facility. Of particular concern, the mixing towers, which fire officials say are likely a complete write-off. Stephanie.
Okay, Sanjay Maru with our top story tonight. Thank you so much, Sanjay. St. Clair College is pausing 3 more programs next school year, but they're also bringing one back. St. Clair College pausing enrollment for greenhouse technician, horticulture, landscaping, and the paramedic program in Chatham. The college says low demand drove the decision after enrollment dropped about 23% over the past year. President Michael Silvaggi stresses these pauses are not permanent, pointing to dental assisting, which was among 18 programs paused last year, but is now returning this fall. He says pausing these 3 programs will not lead to any immediate job loss.
There is a lot of flexibility. When we talk about staffing, we are going through some incentive programming and so forth to try to reduce that burden or that stress that's on the system that we're dealing with right now. It is part of our overall annual process that we do. Of course, in this day and age, the number of programs that we have been put on pause, 2nd year in a row, are certainly larger than normal.
The community continues to mourn the loss of a coach, teacher, friend, and beloved family member. Denise Abear leaving many in the community in shock today. CTV's Bob Belichico joins us with how exactly the community is reacting.
Stephanie, this is a very sad week, very sad moment in the sporting community and also in education as well. We lost a good one in Denise Abear, only 62 years old. Now, there are a lot of tributes to Denise online, which is no surprise. She touched the lives of many through education and sports. Now, Denise had many accomplishments, including being inducted into the Windsor-Essex County Sports Hall of Fame in 2023. She was a mentor to many in the classroom as an educator and in the field as a throws coach at the University of Windsor and elsewhere. Now, if you knew her, you'd know it was never about the accolades. It was about the students, the kids, and the people she knew. Denise relished the moments, win or lose. She was special, and those who crossed her path knew it.
She was always there for the athletes, the students, to support them. She had a unique way, much like Gary Malloy did, where they knew how to make things into a lesson for kids. If there was something that was struggling, they were struggling with, maybe something didn't go well, how could they do it better moving forward, right? She had a way with words, a way to see the bigger picture with people.
She taught me how to throw shot put and discus, and then eventually we did a little bit of traveling around the world together. And at some point we became co-coaches here at the University of Windsor, and she was a mentor to me along, actually since I was 15. So the loss of her for me is quite significant. So it's, I guess, one of the best ways to describe her as a whole is a trailblazer for athletes and coaches, but I think especially for the female athletes and coaches.
I think the best way to put it is some people come into your life and then they leave, and it doesn't really make an impact. But people like Denise, they come in and they touch part of your soul, and that sticks with you.
Somebody you don't forget for sure. Now, the university is hosting their annual team challenge this weekend. The meet will start at 2 p.m. instead of 11, so people can attend the funeral. The Lancers will hold a moment of silence for her on Saturday, right before the national anthem, and also on Friday, in memory of former pole vault coach Greg McCullough, who recently passed away as well, Stephanie.
You can clearly see how much she's touched the lives of some of these athletes, and I understand she's also known for traveling the world with these athletes.
She's been to a lot of places and taken her athletes to some great heights. And the beauty of her is that she always pushed her athletes to be really good. Like Jamie Jetty Nelson, for example, I read his tribute, and he talked about how, if not for her, he would never have probably reached the heights that he reached.
Wow, incredible.
Because he or she let him believe that he could do it. And she was like that with a lot of the athletes as well.
Incredible.
Just belief, yeah.
Okay, and we will have more local sports coming up a little bit later on in the show in On the Sidelines. Okay, Bob Belichico, sad news, but thank you for this. Let's take a break now. CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald joining us now for a first look at the weather tonight. Gary.
Some sunshine today, but still cold, and that's the theme tonight into tomorrow. We'll see increasing cloudiness and a system that's likely to move on through from northwestern Ontario, sliding south and east towards us. In the next 24 hours, we'll see some snow developing, and it could continue late Thursday into Friday, maybe even parts of early Saturday. It stays cold. Wind chill values in the minus low 20s early tomorrow morning. I'll break down what you need to know. The complete weather story just ahead.
The shooting of an American tourist in downtown Windsor nearly 3 years ago was caught on camera. As CTV's Michelle Molesky reports, a local jury is going through the video practically frame by frame, trying to identify the shooter.
Police converged on downtown Windsor in the early morning hours of May 13, 2023. Witnesses reported a shooting on Olette Avenue after closing time at a nearby nightclub. Today, a jury of 9 women and 4 men watched video of the shooting during the trial of 23-year-old Ezekiel Thompson and 26-year-old Silbert Karen. The victim identified himself walking away from a fight before the shooter is seen skipping towards him, pointing a handgun. He was aiming it at my head and my body, the victim testified. The jury could see the green laser equipped on the gun. The victim was shot in the left foot, but there were 3 other people nearby at the time. There was a hole in my shoe, the victim told the jury. He then takes cover in a nearby doorway before being kicked in the head by a different person. He just waited to hit me while I was down, the victim said. The Crown is alleging Thompson shot the victim, and the prosecutor says it was Karen who kicked the man in the head after the shooting. None of the allegations have been proven. The jury trial continues Thursday. Michelle Molesky, CTV News.
A Walpole Island First Nation man is facing multiple charges after police searched a property in connection to a drug investigation. On January 30th, OPP and Walpole Island police searched a Tecumseh Road residence, seizing suspected fentanyl, cocaine, firearms, and cash valued at nearly $20,000. A 41-year-old man is now facing charges. The province is fast-tracking a new ambulance dispatch system for Windsor, Essex. Essex Windsor EMS is switching to a medical priority dispatch system as early as this summer, more than a year sooner than expected. EMS Chief Justin Lammer says the new system uses medically validated questions to better understand what's happening on a 911 call. Now, this will help dispatchers decide which emergency needs lights and sirens and which can safely wait. Lammer says communities already using this are seeing better response times, less overtime, and improved working conditions for paramedics. A protest is planned tonight in front of County Council chambers. Essex residents are not happy with the cost of the green bin program. Essex County recently posted estimated per household costs for 2026 after Council approved expanding the green bin program into rural areas under a hybrid billing model. Households in Essex, Lakeshore, and LaSalle will see annual costs between $155 and $160. Communities joining later this year, including Leamington and Kingsville, will pay lower amounts for 2026 since pickup won't begin until the fall. Essex Mayor Sherry Bondi says she understands residents' concerns about affordability, but notes the expansion was approved by a majority vote and opting out isn't an option under the current agreement. She says council will hear from residents later tonight. A new era for sports and recreation in Chatham-Kent. The CK Plex officially celebrated its grand opening today, transforming part of the former Navistar property into a 37,000 square foot indoor sports hub. CTV's Chris Campbell reports.
What was once an empty industrial building is now filled with the sounds of sport. The CK Plex is officially open for business in Chatham.
It's very exciting, a few stress moments along the way, but here I could not be happier. I'm very proud of this space.
The 37,000 square foot facility offers indoor soccer, volleyball, badminton, pickleball, and table tennis, giving local athletes a place to play year-round.
Volleyball is the big one here, so those are the sports we focus on right now, but in the future we expand to many other sports.
And the interest is already stretching beyond Chatham-Kent.
Our volleyball tournament has a lot of teams from Windsor. Hopefully you get more people from London as well, but right now, if you keep coming, we're going to keep having tournament for you.
While today marks the official opening, Ange says this is only the first step.
There's a big plan later on that we will have full-size indoor soccer.
Property owner Don Tatro says the project has breathed new life into a site that largely sat idle for years.
We had the building here. It was just used for warehousing, so now it's being used for a facility for Chatham-Kent, for the people of Chatham-Kent.
2, 3, Plex.
Our whole main goal is to hopefully build the whole new rec center. That's our real goal.
So it's an opportunity now to get out. It's going to be something that's going to get more people active and keep people in the community.
Mayor Darren Caniff calls the Plex a game changer for the community.
3 months ago, we were talking about it as a vision. Today, it's open. You look around, it's a beautiful facility. It's something that Chatham-Kent has needed for a long time now.
Municipal leaders say the project shows what can happen when private investment meets public need.
Public-private partnerships are the way of the future, and this is an opportunity to work with Philip, the owner, to create something that the municipality doesn't have to create on its own, and we're going to come up with a better product at a much more competitive price, working together.
For Ange, seeing the building full of life makes the months of work worthwhile.
Extremely happy. I am very happy and very proud to be here.
In Chatham, Chris Campbell, CTV News.
We want to hear from you. Do you have a comment or question, an idea for a great story? Text us at 10400. Travel advisory still ahead on Windsor's news leader. Protests, blackouts, and fuel shortages raising concerns for Canadians heading to Cuba. And later, college kids trade textbooks for thank yous, offering a free spa day for healthcare workers. Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. Travelers, beware if you're heading to Cuba. Be prepared for power outages, communication issues, and supply shortages. Canada's travel advisory comes as the U.S. is urging its citizens to brace for protests. CTV's Adrian Gobriel on the caution and what you can do if your travel plans include Cuba.
A hotbed for Canadian tourists for its warm waters, sandy shores, and rich culture. And now a heightened travel advisory has been issued for Cuba. Posted today, this notice is urging Canadians to exercise a high degree of caution in Cuba due to worsening shortages of electricity, fuel, and basic necessities, including food, water, and medicine, adding that the situation is unpredictable and could deteriorate, disrupting flight availability on short notice.
All the power gets knocked out and the cell phone coverage gets knocked out.
To reduce pressure on the country's electrical network, Cuba has been scheduling lengthy daily power cuts, though Ottawa says unexpected nationwide outages may last more than 24 hours. Between April 2023 and March 2024, roughly 700,000 Canadians traveled to Cuba, making it the country's fifth most popular travel destination. Canadians on the island should heed this advice, according to one tourism management professor.
Take an actual paper copy of your passport, because if you run out of power, your phone may not work to show the picture of it. Bring along any extra medication. Once again, with your travel insurance, make sure what the cancellation policies actually are.
Cuba is largely a cash-only island. The American dollar and euro are widely accepted, though the advisory warns of petty theft and to avoid showing large amounts of cash in public.
For Canadians who are in Cuba or those with plans to still travel there, you're being advised to go online and sign up with Registration for Canadians Abroad. It may also be a good idea to keep the phone number for the embassy in Havana on hand. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
CTV Windsor has spoken to several people today with plans to go to Cuba. They all say they know about the travel advisory but are going anyways. One says he is going for humanitarian reasons.
I'm not going to let fear control my life. When folks who have it so much worse than me are calling for help, I think that's just our responsibility and our duty to go and help if we can.
So here's our question of the day. Do you travel when there is a warning to certain destinations? Go to our website to cast your vote, ctvnewswindsor.ca. Yesterday, we asked if you would buy a Big Three vehicle from GM, Ford, or Stellantis. Out of 800 votes, 66% say yes. The man convicted of attempting to assassinate Donald Trump less than 2 months before the 2024 U.S. election has been sentenced to life in prison. 59-year-old Ryan Ruth was found guilty last September on 5 charges, including attempted assassination. Prosecutors had recommended a life term, while Ruth asked the judge to impose a 27-year sentence. Prosecutors said that Ruth's crimes, quote, undeniably warrant a life sentence because he had plotted the assassination for months. Prosecutors also said Ruth was willing to kill anyone who got in the way while expressing no regret and no remorse. The federal Liberals are potentially considering reviving incentives for purchasing electric vehicles. Could be the latest step in a new auto strategy aimed at combating U.S. tariffs impacting Canadian auto workers. CTV's Abigail Beeman has the details.
The The auto strategy coming this week.
Bringing back incentives for buying EVs was not in the last budget, but heading into cabinet, ministers wouldn't rule it out as part of the new auto strategy.
We'll have more news on that to come. Yep.
So it sounds like you're bringing it back.
We'll have more news on that to come.
The auto strategy is being worked on, and these are different conversations we're having.
The industry minister also wouldn't say what will happen to the EV mandate, currently on pause. Sources tell CTV News the new strategy is expected Thursday. Melanie Joly said workers impacted by the loss of the third shift at the GM plant in Oshawa are at the core of new investments.
It's important because we know our auto workers are right now feeling the brunt of the U.S. unjustified and unjustifiable tariffs.
Industry experts say it's not just the uncertainty of American tariffs that hurt, but a lack of information about the deal to allow 49,000 Chinese EVs into the market, made during the Prime Minister's trip to Beijing.
So we don't know what the parameters of that are, the guardrails around that are. So as opposed to more uncertainty, we need an auto strategy that provides certainty.
And industry hopes something to boost demand after a focus on supply.
The government have not done enough on the demand side. So on the demand side, we actually went backward.
Incentives are important because today the current regime is to mandate the production side of it and to punish producers who don't achieve a certain percentage.
Industry experts predict big changes coming to the EV mandate when the new auto strategy is rolled out, and are hoping it will allow industry to target Canadian demand after being hammered by White House tariffs. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
The price of a home in Windsor, Essex is dropping. The Windsor Essex County Association of Realtors says the average home sale price in January dropped more than 7.5%, down to $528,000 from January of 2025, when the average sale price was closer to $572,000. WeCar is also reporting a drop in the number of listings by 4.37%. There were 788 listings last month compared to 824 in January of 2025. Now, the association says 267 properties sold in January, but residential sales were down 1.48% compared to last year. The opening ceremonies to the Olympics kicks off this Friday at Milano Cortina Winter Games, and excitement is already sky high for athletes, families, and fans. But the weather so far has been less than golden. CTV's Heather Butts has the plum assignment of covering the Olympics for us.
A constant rain soaking the city, turning popular landmarks into a sea of umbrellas. In the north, it meant snow for the mountain regions just in time for the global event, drawing Olympic fans from around the world, including the Grandillo family from Montreal.
This is the 30th birthday trip, kind of a bucket list item for us. The opening ceremonies are on my birthday, on my 30th birthday, and being Italian, it just seemed like the most fitting event.
Though they expected more Olympic flair to be flooding the streets, not rain.
To be honest, it's not really in your face. We do see it here and there at corners, but we haven't really captured that vibe yet. I'm sure it's coming, though.
Their sights set on snowboarding and hockey. With the games spread out, Milan will only see part of the action.
Per il momento, no.
No?
No.
Few crowds right now, he says, but they are expected. Organizers say all competition venues are fully operational. Still, construction at the hockey rink isn't complete.
Do we have every single space in that venue finished? No. And is it absolutely needed for the games? No.
Aside from the main facilities, there are sure signs something monumental is about to happen here, drawing more than just regular tourists.
Here's something else adding to the energy. Media from around the world, such as myself, here to cover this event. Take a look at the rooftop studios using the historic Duomo as a backdrop.
We only just got here and we were like, wow, everything's Olympics. It's great. It's so much fun. I love it.
The organizing committee is pointing to the torch relay as a driver for national excitement.
This is fun to be in an environment with like thousands of people and all here for just one simple reason. It's fun.
That momentum is also reflected in demand from spectators, with roughly 1.2 million event tickets already sold and only a limited number remaining for the opening ceremony. Heather Butts, CTV News, Milan.
Canada's main stock index finished higher after losses earlier in the day. In Toronto, the TSX gained 183 points. In New York, the Dow added 260, the Nasdaq lost 351. The Canadian dollar is down almost a tenth of a cent. On commodity markets, gold gained almost $16 an ounce, and oil is up almost $2 a barrel. Every 7 minutes, a Canadian dies. Coming up, why experts say our lifestyle is to blame.
Let's take a look at our CTV News weather snapshot. Thanks to Tim Dawson for this great winter scenic. Just ahead, will fair but chilly weather be in store yet for another late night and early morning with snow on the way for Thursday and Friday? We'll break down the forecast for you. Coming up next on CTV News Windsor.
The bitter cold temperatures continue, but the sun was out. Gary joins me again for an extended look at the weather. Gary.
Stefanie, as promised, yes, indeed, a mixture of sun and cloud, mostly sunshine through the latter stage of this morning into the afternoon. Reached a high of about -5, -6 between Windsor, Essex, Chatham, Kent. So not a bad day. Still cold, about 5 degrees below seasonal, for example, in the Windsor, Essex region. And our lows, close to about -10 this morning, is still close to that -8 average. Air quality's not bad today, so nothing to see here. And we're still looking at a relatively quiet night. It's just going to be a bit on the chilly side. -6 in Windsor at the airport. That's 21 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly sunny. -8. In Chatham, Kent, closer to about -17, -18, pardon me, 17 or 18 Fahrenheit. And we're looking at wind chill values that do feel colder, -11 and -12, respectively. Looking at a warm up across BC, Alberta, and now Saskatchewan, 3 degrees on the plus side in Regina, 14 in Calgary. Meanwhile, we're sitting at -5 at Pearson International Airport in Toronto. And I've already mentioned we're close to about -6 now, approaching 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. We'll drop by a degree every 45 minutes to an hour. By midnight, we're looking at about -13, feeling like -17. Yes, lake effect snow with northwesterlies fetching across Lake Huron continue, but that's more of an issue for areas along the eastern shores. We'll have to wait for 2 bursts of snow. Thursday, late in the day, and then Friday, early in the morning through the afternoon. And the snowfall tallies, this takes us out for the next 24 hours, has at least 2 centimeters, maybe upwards of 4 to 5 for Windsor, Essex. Chatham, Kent, about 2 to 4 centimeters in the next 24 hours. -10 and mostly clear through 8 o'clock by midnight, as mentioned. Now it's looking at -15, a bit colder, feeling like -18 to -20. Take a look at our Enercare styles. 7-day forecast, snow Thursday and Friday, -6, then 0 in tandem. Weekend, flurries, -10, -6, it gets cold, and then it warms up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, +1, 4, and maybe even 2 degrees, all in a row with fair weather through that stretch.
Here is a frightening statistic. Every 7 minutes, a Canadian dies from heart disease or stroke. And a new study suggests it's because we are not doing enough to stay healthy. CTV's Heather Wright on what this means and what you can do to turn things around.
What started as mild heartburn suddenly became much more serious for Elena Trainoff.
I woke up one night in the middle of the night with crushing chest pain. And even then, I thought, I'm too young for this to be a heart situation.
At just 40 years old, Trainoff had 100% blockage of one artery and partial blockage of 2 others. She was taken in for emergency surgery. Nearly 11 years later, Trainoff credits changes to her lifestyle for keeping her healthy.
I quit smoking, I lost weight, I changed my eating habits, I radically reduced the amount of stress that I was under.
According to a new report from the Heart and Stroke Foundation, 9 in every 10 Canadians have at least one risk factor for heart disease and stroke. Lifestyle risks include smoking, poor diet, stress, lack of sleep, and lack of physical activity. And while some risk factors like genetics, gender, age, and air pollution can't be changed, experts say 80% of premature heart disease can be prevented with lifestyle changes.
We're surrounded by unhealthy food options. We aren't as physically active as we once were. Most people work in sedentary jobs. So for those reasons, it can be more difficult, and we have to make conscious effort to live healthfully.
And while some risk factors like smoking are declining, others are on the rise. For example, 1 in 4 grade 12 students say they vape, while the number of Canadian adults living with high blood pressure has increased every year since 2000.
While the death rate from heart disease and stroke has decreased by about 80% over the last 70 years, these diseases still cause 1 in every 5 deaths in Canada. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
An underdog showdown ends with a massive clutch shot. Who hit it? That's coming up on the sidelines. Stick around.
We are on the sidelines tonight with Bob Belichico. And Bob, our former co-worker's stepson is really heating up at the University of Windsor.
Yeah, this kid's on fire right now. Christy Bizerre's stepson, Colton Smith, if you remember, he's on a hot streak right now. It's good timing, too, with playoffs right around the corner. Now, Colton has 7 points in his last 3 games. Even better, he has 5 goals in his last 2 games. The former Windsor Spitfire, Colton played Junior A in Leamington last year with the Flyers and won the scoring title, leading the OJHL with 46 goals. The latest outburst has Colton tied for second in the OUA with 15 goals behind teammate Keegan McMullen, who has 18.
I don't know. It's just obviously our team's coming together. Finally, we're getting wins consecutively, and I don't know, without the team and the line mates that I play with and the teammates I have every night help me out. Obviously, the league's tight this year, and everybody's within 2-3 points of each other, so we got to keep rolling and bring it every night.
Lancers hockey hosts Laurier tonight at the Capri Recreation Complex. Both are tied for 3rd in the West. The winner vaults into 1st place in a tie with Lakehead.
It'll be a little bit emotional. I think I was there for 4 years, and but overall, I'm just really excited to play in front of my family and friends, which for maybe the last time ever, because they're in a different conference. So yeah, I'm really excited to play in Sudbury and see some old people, and hopefully we get a win against the Wolves for sure.
So that's Alex Farron right there. The Windsor Spitfires are on the road this weekend for 3 games and 4 nights. North Bay is up first. Good measuring stick lined up for Super Bowl Sunday against the surging Sioux Greyhounds. But the fun one, as you heard from Alex Farron, is Saturday night when he returns home as Windsor plays his former teammates, the Sudbury Wolves.
7 penalties, at least 5 of them were undisciplined. Guys extending their shifts, and you're not going to win that way. So we rectified that. Boys played a great team game against Sarnia, gave up 11 shots, and we want to continue that.
You know, it's a big, long road trip, and you know, by the end of it, we're going to have to start grinding, and you know, those are the games that really, you know, count, and we need all these points. So you know, we're looking to get a 6-point weekend here.
Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend for them. And, you know, the key is to stay out of the penalty box, because the one thing that we've learned about this team this year is that the more penalties they take in a game, the less chance of them winning. And we saw that last weekend against, oh, God, one of the teams they played last weekend. I'm having a brain fart, but yeah.
So many. Okay. You were also out last night on the high school scene. Yep. We're talking a basketball game at Riverside High School.
Yeah, a really good basketball game, back and forth action between St. Joe's and Riverside. Kennedy, Holy Names, and St. Anne's are considered the contenders, while the Lasers and Stingers are flying under the radar, until last night, that is. Bingo, bango. How about that shot by Zachary Dodd with the big-time three-pointer? Riverside late in the 4th quarter, putting the Stingers up for good in this one. He had a layup right before that for his first points of the game, believe it or not. He hadn't hit anything the whole time. Good timing right there. Riverside was up 12 late in the fourth, but the Lasers fought back to take the lead before Dodd's heroics. Now the Stingers are 7-2 and tied with Holy Names for third, while St. Joe's drops to 5-3. I'm telling you, playoffs are going to be fun this year.
I'm really excited about this team going into the playoffs. You know, we're underdogs. Everyone thinks of us as like a littler team, smaller team, but I have us against every team in the city.
It was closer than we wanted it to be, but I think we have a lot of momentum pushing forward towards playoffs, a lot of big wins as of late. So going into playoffs, I'm really excited for what we have to offer.
Oh, yeah, they're pumped last night, I'll tell you. Now, a lot of back-and-forth action last night as well at Massey as the Mustangs took on Herman in senior girls volleyball. After losing their first match of the season against Kennedy, Massey reeled off 9 straight wins to finish the regular season at 9-1 on top of the Tier 2 division. Holy Names handed St. Anne their first loss in the Tier 1 division last night and claimed the overall title. Playoffs begin next week. I'm telling you, this is a great time of the year for that.
Okay, let's talk about Super Bowl.
Oh, boy. You ready for this one?
I am.
Well, we have 2 really good teams, but I still haven't figured out who I'm going to pick.
Okay.
Okay, but here's an interesting Super Bowl fact. Let's check this out. So this is number 12 for New England, 10th since the turn of the century. For Seattle, it's their 4th. The last time these 2 teams met was in 2015, and who can forget that one? Check out this play. The worst call in Super Bowl history. LaSalle's Luke Wilson was on that team. Still shaking my head over that one. They were seconds away from repeating. Man, oh man, that was so tough to watch that day.
Yeah, it really was.
Like yesterday, but I don't know, still can't believe it happened. Who are you picking?
Seattle. I know that's the favored team to win, so I'm going to go with it, what everyone else says.
All right, go with that one. I did talk to a couple of Spitfires earlier this week about that, and you know, some of them are indifferent, but a couple of them are like, yeah, they know who they're picking.
I'm going the Seattle Seahawks.
Why?
No idea, just guessing.
I think the Pats are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Why?
Drake May's too good. That's what I think, personally.
Pats. Pats for sure. Drake May, you know, I think he's a good player, and I think he'll get the job done.
I got the Seahawks every day of the week. It's not even going to be close.
31-27.
36-16.
Now, Bob, I caught you a little off guard earlier on in the newsroom. You asked me who I thought.
This is unbelievable.
You asked me who I thought was going to win, and I said the Saskatchewan Roughrider, and you stopped completely in your tracks.
My jaw dropped. I think there was a lot of chuckling going on in the newsroom, and I looked over. I go, for real. So tell them what you told me, because this is very funny.
And then afterwards, I said, what day is the Super Bowl on again?
Is this the first one ever? When's next year's?
Oh, yeah, we were going to add, is this going to be an annual event?
Yeah, so
all joking here.
All joking
I know
aside,
things
you know who's
here
in,
and
right?
there. I know who's in.
Okay.
I think Seattle is going to be doing well. I think a lot of people are excited to watch Bad Bunny, who will be performing. Well, some of the people who don't necessarily watch for the football, they might be watching for the halftime show. And I mean, it's just a great opportunity for family and friends, you know, to get together, to hang out, have a couple of cocktails if they choose to.
And eat some really good snacks.
Yes.
It's all about the food, the chili and whatever else people make. So.
Yeah, so make sure you head to the gym in advance.
Okay, so real quick, I have to go with Seattle because Luke didn't get his, so hopefully they get theirs. And because Sam Darnold was let go by Minnesota, I'm going to go with what the boss said. Okay. Let go by Minnesota, and now he's in the Super Bowl a year later. So thanks to the Vikings, go Seattle.
Okay, fingers crossed. Bob Belichico with On the Sidelines tonight. Thank you, Bob.
Yep.
2026 is a fantastic year for movies, and we want to make sure you can see them all. Head to ctvwindsor.ca and enter the code word for your chance to win movies for a year from Imagine Cinemas. Sit way back and enjoy the show.
This is your CTV Windsor Our Community Calendar. Take the plunge February the 27th at the Windsor International Aquatic Center for the annual Polar Plunge in support of Special Olympics Ontario. See you next time on Our Community.
It's time to check in on what's happening now with Melanie Kettner. And Melanie, you have an update for us on a wanted woman.
That's right. A suspect is now in custody after an assault at a downtown bar. Windsor police say 40-year-old Sarah Wilkinson turned herself in at police headquarters. She was wanted after an incident at a bar on Olette Avenue last month, where she allegedly struck an employee multiple times in the face with her knees. Earlier this week, police issued an arrest warrant after she was identified. We've got those details online at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
And we also have an online story, Melanie, about another auto theft where the vehicle was left running.
Yeah, we just did a Crime Stopper segment on a similar incident last week. Well, this time, Windsor police are looking for a suspect after a pickup truck was stolen. Officers say a Chevy Silverado had been left running with the key in the ignition near Elmer and Tuscarora. Officers found the truck on Assumption Street and returned it to its owner. Anyone with information on the suspect can contact police or Crime Stoppers. And in our social spotlight tonight, surf's up for these firefighters. See, who needs waves when you have willing coworkers? These firefighters in Midland, Texas have found some creative ways to pass the time in between calls. So, Steph, is this something that your husband would participate in, do you think?
No comment. I'm going to leave it at that. In all jokes and fairness. No, the guys know how to have a good time. Obviously, they do a lot for our community, but they do have that spare moment of time where they have some good chuckles and laughs. And I know all of them watch every single night at 6 p.m. So boys and girls who are working for Windsor Fire, thank you for watching.
That's right, Stefanie.
Okay, and Melanie, if people have video at home they want to share with us, how can they do it?
Yep, you can email it to newsnow@bellmedia.ca or text it to 10400.
Okay, thank you, Melanie. From finals to facials, St. Clair College students flip the script, treating healthcare heroes to a free spa day. Finally tonight, actually, let's go to Gary. Gary, let's take one last look at the weather.
Well,
I got excited because the last story of our newscast really has to do with a lot of people who work on the front lines. So we'll get to that in a moment.
Right.
But also on the front lines, Mother Nature and all of her glory.
Yes, and her glorious sunshine today.
Yes.
Saw that blue sky? Gorgeous, right? But we're going to see more clouds moving in for tomorrow with late day snow. It'll be light. We'll see a high in the afternoon, -6. More snow Friday morning. And altogether, it's a 2 to 5 centimeter situation. I would believe that the worst of it will be over while most of us are asleep. But watch out for the commute Friday morning. The Saturday, Sunday situation, we're going to be cold. -10 with a -17 low Saturday with flurries both days, -6 and -16, a high and low, and then +1, +4, +2. What a huge turnaround next week.
Okay. Back to a little TLC now for some very hard-working hands and feet. Windsor Regional Hospital staff today taking a break from the daily grind, letting St. Clair College students take care of them. CTV's Travis Fortnum shows us how a simple manicure can go a long way.
In a day's work as a housekeeper at Windsor Regional Hospital, Jennifer Pichet's hands go through a lot.
We're stripping bedding, we're tossing linen bags, we're washing beds and stretchers. You feel it at the end of the day.
Today, those hands are getting a break with a manicure courtesy of students in St. Clair College's esthetician program.
We've partnered up with the hospital, Windsor Regional Hospital, and what we're doing is we're giving back to the community.
I didn't know what to expect. I don't get my nails done, but this has been very relaxing and I feel good.
The idea came together last summer. The college approaching the hospital with an offer to give staff a break and students students real-world experience.
You know what? We've got hardworking frontline staff that work 12 hours on their feet some days, and it's walking the floors and housekeeping and nursing staff. It's a lot of work. So to get a nice little treat like this, some TLC in the middle of the winter, is a nice thing for our staff.
I just think it's such a great way to give back to the hard workers, and they're all loving it. So I think that's great for them, and it's really great practice for us too, especially right now. It's like a pretty slow season because it's so cold out.
Hospital staff treated to manicures, hair removal services, and pedicures, like security guard Samantha Gagno.
I'm loving it. They're very diligent with making sure I'm comfortable, and I can't wait to see the color when it's done.
They all need a break from being on their feet all day, so I find that it is a very good idea. I'm a huge person. I'm a mental health advocate.
Those interested in a treatment can book through April.
At first I thought, oh, well, we're helping them get experience. This is good. But to be honest, this is kind of like healthcare for me.
Travis Fortnum, CTV News.
First responders is good.
Gary, this is a win-win all around.
I agree.
These nurses get a little chance to relax, yet students are getting great experience.
The most important caregiver in your life may be your nurse. If you're in the hospital, you'll see your nurse a lot more than your doctors. Doctors do a great deal, of course, great work, but they are essential, and they deserve a little TLC, some pampering.
Yes, we appreciate all that you do. Okay, on behalf of our dedicated team here at CTV News Windsor, thank you for watching.
For updates throughout the evening, go to ctvnewswindsor.ca.
Gary and I will be back with your only late local newscast tonight at 11.
See you then.